Fitness games on the Switch are something I've really enjoyed ever since the first fitness boxing. I've really liked being able to just do daily exercise in the games and even made my own fitness room based around it. While I wasn't real big on the Fist of the North Star fitness boxing game, mostly just because I'm not that familiar with the franchise, a new game from Spike Chunsoft with a bunch of fun anime-like trainers caught my eye. So, this game built around full body workouts and lots of variety. Is it a good exercise tool? Better than fitness boxing or knockout home fitness? Let's find out. Here is my review of Fitness Circuit for the Nintendo Switch. Now when it comes to story, well, this game doesn't really have a story. There is a setting. You're in this virtual place doing exercises with a trainer to generate energy that they use for their world. Though the story part is really only during the intro. After that, it's purely visual and why there's an animated event going on during each workout. Now, when it comes to gameplay, this is an exercise game that combines aerobics and strength building into a sort of fitness game. As you play, you'll use the Joy-Cons for exercise motions, doing a bit of mini-games as you move through each exercise. Like with other games of the genre, Circuit has you putting in data like weight with both metric and imperial options, and you can set up a custom workout based on what you want to do. You can make custom circuits of unlocked routines or do a daily pre-made workout. The dailies let you change a lot of factors like being active versus strength building, lower, upper, or full body, balancing between strength and cardio, and workout intensity. Though to be honest, most of these options are just checkboxes for adding more sets to the workout. High intensity versus low intensity basically being, do you want to do 5 exercises or 9? The only one that really changes what you can do is cardio versus strength, as all routines are categorized as one or the other. So this setting could dictate what is left out of the daily exercise pool. You've got other modes as well, with Custom Circuit letting you make your own exercise routine to do either by yourself or online with friends. Then you have Runner, which is your trainer character. There are 6 different runners, each with customizable colors for hair, skin, and eye. You can also unlock different colored outfits as you play the game. There's not nearly as much customization and variety in costumes as games like fitness boxing, but it's a nice amount to help your trainer look different and unique. Next, let's talk about how this game does its fitness routines. Circuit is basically a collection of micro exercises. A lot of the daily circuits will have you spending 5 minutes across 6 routines, meaning that you do each one for less than a minute, a little warm up, and maybe 30 seconds of actually doing the exercise. And no, this does not change with difficulty. If you put it on challenging, it'll be the same short routines, just doing each set 3 times instead of just once with small break periods between. Now once you get in, each routine gives you an example of what to do and then throws you into the actual workout. You get little guides on directions for the Joy-Cons and will fill up a gauge based on how well and accurately you do it. It's a pretty simple process, and there's a preview guide the entire time showing all the movements you're supposed to be doing with your arms and legs. I found them all pretty easy to do, and you just keep doing them constantly for about 30 seconds. Then you're scored and move on to the next. Though we should talk about the motion controls. I have seen quite a few people talking about how bad the motion detection is. To be honest, I find it very similar to the Just Dance games, where you have to move the controllers a certain way for it to register the motion. While there are some that I had to practice a little bit, I honestly didn't really get the feeling that the motion tracking was bad. Most of the time when I got it wrong, I just practiced what the model was doing and I got better. Now the way this game is structured is great for little bursts since each routine is so short. But is it a better workout than fitness boxing or knockout home fitness? No, it's not even close. But that's not really the game's fault when you compare them like this. They're different forms of exercising. When you go on a run, you don't expect to burn the same amount of calories in an 8-minute run than you would doing 8 minutes of shadow boxing at home. They have different uses, and the same is true here. Fitness Circuit is more for working your muscles across your whole body. Now, it can be pretty intense the first couple of days. When I first tried this game's demo and went through the maybe 5-minute tutorial, I was completely out of breath and my legs were in pain for half a week after. But once I'd adjusted to the style of exercise this game does after maybe 3 or 4 days, I barely even broke a sweat playing this game for 10 minutes straight, while playing Extreme and Fitness Boxing 2 could get me sweating in less than half of that time. But exercise comparison aside, I do think how you transition between exercises in this game is a little bit at fault. You do your little 30-40 second exercise and then get that same amount of time as you're scored, gain experience, and the next routine loads. It's like doing an exercise while taking constant breaks, lowering the adrenaline instead of keeping it going. How do you think an actual fitness trainer at a gym would feel if you exercised with him or her for 30 seconds and then said, hold on, I need to take a break? And then 30 to 40 seconds later, you tell them, hold on, I need to take a break again. But despite this, I do find this game fun to play. The colorful world, trainers, and visuals you see as you do the exercises are interesting to watch, and there is something nice about doing quick routines versus longer ones. And we can add in the fact that the English voice acting in Fitness Circuit is really well done. Now, as far as content and length goes, that depends on how long your sessions are. As I mentioned earlier, you gain experience for finishing up a routine and can level up in rank. Ranking up will unlock cosmetics for your trainer as well as new routines to be added to the daily pool. Rank 58 unlocks the final routine, and I normally get a rank every 10 to 15 minutes of exercise. So if you go for 10 minutes a day, it's going to take you almost 2 months to get all of that unlocked. Next up is presentation. Visually, the game looks pretty good. Everything's colorful and there is a lot of detail on the trainers as they go about their little animated events during the workouts. The only thing I'll say about presentation is that there's some weird lag with loading sequences as you move around the menus. Now, there's no issues during the exercising itself, just with the menus. And that brings us to battery life. Fitness Circuit gives the original Lite models about 2 to 3 hours, and the V2 and OLED models get about 5 to 6.5 hours. Now, in conclusion, Fitness Circuit joins the Switch's growing library of exercise games, offering cutesy anime-like visuals with some pretty decent aerobics to get you moving. Now, on the downside, the menus have quite a bit of lag, and the constant transitioning with the really short workouts do a bit to hurt how much you will be continually burning calories throughout your routines. But still, it's fun to play if you like these fitness games that have custom trainers, like Fitness Boxing or Knockout Home Fitness before it. Reviews to Go rates Fitness Circuit for the Nintendo Switch an 8.5 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.